What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another post game here on Mets Central. And the New York Mets win 5-1 over the Minnesota Twins. I'm sorry for getting this up so late. I was busy doing a live stream for the New York Rangers, as of course I had to there, and then that ran a little bit late. But yeah, there's a lot to talk about with this game, as once again, this offense was pissing me off for quite a bit, to be honest with you. And I'm definitely not thrilled with the way that they're playing offensively. And I get they won and the record is what it is. But there's just so many little things that are just really aggravating me right now with this team. And again, it's early. Again, it's good that they're winning despite these issues. But at some point, I want to see things turn a corner a little bit here, especially because of the fact that, this Twins team is not off to a good start. And I'd like to see them really capitalize off of that. But let's talk about, before we do, leave a like on the video if you do enjoy. Subscribe if you guys are new to the channel, especially if you're Met fans, and turn on your notifications so you know when I upload or go live here on Met Central. But yeah, Francisco Lindor would hit a leadoff double. And it's like every time this sort of thing happens, you just start asking yourself, how are they going to mess it up? It's really unfortunate that it is that way, even though, again, they're winning games. That's what's crazy about this all. They are winning games, and I'm still sitting here being like, how do they mess it up? Juan Soto strikes out. Alonso gets that walk. Nimmo strikes out. Vientos grounds out to end the inning, and it's like all of a sudden, what are we doing here? Clay Holmes, huge first inning for him as he strikes out the side. That was much needed after the start he got off to last time he was out there on the mound. So I was happy to see his changeup look really good early on, as well as the sweeper, utilizing just pretty much the full arsenal in the first inning. But really, the changeup for me was my favorite from him throughout the entire outing, but especially there. Then Ober would strike out the side in the second. In the bottom of the second, two outs, but then unfortunately a sinker that's left in a good part of the plate for Larnick, and that ends up resulting in a hit there, like I said. And then Ty France strikes out. So again, a little bit of trouble there for Holmes, but he ends up working out of it. The third inning, thankfully the Mets got on the board though. Luis Angel Acuna would walk. Lindor pops out. Acuna steals a bag, which was huge in that spot there, and even more so because after Juan Soto grounds out, Pete Alonso hits a single to make it 1-0, and Nimmo grounds out. Truthfully, um, not thrilled with Juan Soto's at bats at that point of the game. Even more so in the next at bat. But then obviously he did what he did, and it definitely made us all feel better because outside of really just a triple from Wallner and again Holmes working out of trouble, the fifth inning was again a double there with one out. Just don't score. Acuna had that one there. Bottom of the fifth inning, trouble for Clay Holmes, as it's similar to what we saw him do in that start against Miami where he was walking batters, but the difference is that he started that game that way. This time he ended his outing with that way, which makes more sense to end it that way just because of the fact that he's running out of juice there. But I definitely have my worries about Clay Holmes getting through the order the third time, but he did work out of the jam to his credit, so I'm not going to kill him entirely. And a lot of it is controlled things, so it is fixable. I thought Hefner should have been out there, right after the Ty France hit by pitch. Thankfully, he goes out there, though, after the Brooksley walk, and then Vasquez ends up getting a sacrifice fly, and then he gets the next two outs, Clay Holmes, that is, and all of a sudden, you're like, okay, one run, tied at one now. He did what we need him to. Like, good enough work there from Clay Holmes to work out of the jam. The sixth inning, though, the Mets respond to their credit. Pete Alonso with the single. Brandon Nimmo strikes out. Mark Vientos with that double there, which was huge for him. And I really hope that this is going to get Vientos going, getting a big hit there, getting an extra base hit nonetheless. I'm really hoping that we're going to start to see Mark Vientos turn a corner because it's just such a black hole in that 5-6 spot wherever he's hitting on a given night when he's not producing like he was last year, and we know he's capable of it. I have felt like for a bit now he's showed signs that he's going to work his way out of it, and once again, good example here tonight. Winker pops out. Luis Torrens gets on from an error, so the Mets benefiting off of poor defense, which was really nice as well, and that made it 3-1. Tyrone Taylor lines out. Brazaban comes in, 1-2-3 inning very easily. Loved what he gave. Loved what he was doing with the sinker and the four seam. Then in the seventh inning, Luis Angel Acuna with a single. Lindor flies out. And Juan Soto, I was pissed off with his at-bats. hits a home run there, and it was beautiful. It was absolutely beautiful. Let's hope that this could get him going. He was not having a good time today in terms of the weather out there. I mean, you could tell that he just did not want to be out there on the field. None of them did. Uh, but yeah, I was very happy to see him hit a home run there because lately, you heard my gripes about it on the podcast. You've heard my gripes about it a lot. He's been hitting a lot of ground balls. He's been striking out a lot, and even in this game earlier. And I started to really reach my point where I was getting very, very frustrated with Juan Soto's at bats, to be honest with you. So getting that home run there, absolutely huge. Pete Alonso then walks. Nimmo hits into a double play. Brazoban ended up allowing a leadoff walk in the 7th inning, but works out of it with a double play and then a ground out. So good work from him. The Mets go down in order in the 8th inning. Reed Garrett, I love this guy. He gets a 1-2-3 inning, 2 strikeouts. I mean, the guy can't do anything wrong. He's Reed Garrett. What do you expect from him? The cutter was there. The splitter, unfortunately, couldn't generate swing and miss stuff really with it, but you know that for the most part he will. And then the 9th inning, the Mets go down in order. Stanek comes in, got a little bit of trouble there, allowed a single and got to a high pitch count because that Correa at bat took a while where I thought maybe Diaz was going to come in, but thankfully they didn't need to go to Diaz. And honestly, with Edwin Diaz, it was interesting to see him not in this game. That clearly shows that maybe the Mets are trying to back off using him in high leverage spots just for a little bit of time. And I'm for it because, like I've said on the podcast, I think you need to just let him get a little bit of that reset. Let him marinate his way into the season, is what I'm saying. So I have no issue at all with that if that's the direction they're going in. In terms of the pitching staff as a whole today, though, Clay Holmes, 5 innings, 2 hits against 1 earned run, 2 walks, 8 strikeouts. I would like to see him go deeper in the games. I would like to see the pitch count lower. But I'm not going to sit here and complain about what Clay Holmes gave as a whole. It's a good enough start. It put them in a position to win the baseball game, which is really the most important thing at the end of the day. The interesting thing to me, though, is the sinker was looking a lot better today, which was very encouraging because that is a pitch that has really not looked good all season long, and it's something that I've been worried about with Clay Holmes because he was utilizing it a lot, but it just was not generating the swing and miss stuff like it was with the Yankees last year and, years prior. But tonight it was definitely lively and it definitely helped him out with getting swing and miss stuff. It's just unfortunate that he lost his location that 5th inning because we're probably talking about an outing where he goes 6-7 innings with the 8. Maybe he gets up to 10 strikeouts and we're sitting here being like, good stuff. But again, like, it's encouraging to see progression. And I know fans don't want to hear it. I know people want to probably throw him in the bullpen still. To me, I view it as progression. And I'm not going to sit here and complain one bit about what he did. Brazoban, loved the 2 innings he gave. He has looked good all season long outside of that one outing. Reed Garrett, once again, just absolutely disgusting. And I just love sitting down watching him pitch. And then Ryan Stanek was great as well, even though, again, got in the high pitch counts, got in a little bit of trouble. Would have liked to maybe see him throw a little bit more of the splitter, but with the slider and the fastball, if it's working, it's working. The offense, like I said, definitely frustrated me at points. And a lot of 0-4s with Winker, Taylor, and Torrens. Torrens, I'm not going to get mad at. He's been consistent throughout most of the season. Tyrone Taylor, though, a lot of ugly at bats there, and even Torrens, too, just chasing stuff out of the zone. And that's where I was getting frustrated because just a lot of uncompetitive at bats throughout this game at points where they're swinging and missing at stuff so far off the plate, and there's just no sense of a plate approach there. And Winker went 0 for 4 too with 2 strikeouts. Just really ugly day for that part of the lineup. Acuna, hopefully, I hope he won himself the second base job for a bit. 2 for 3 today with a stolen bag and a walk. He's getting on base, and he's doing damage when he's getting on base. Give him a chance, and he's playing better defense than Beatty. I'm encouraged with what we've seen from Acuna starting to heat up over the past week or so. Really starting in that series against the Athletics, I feel like mostly. Let's hope it continues because I'm loving what Acuna's been giving lately. And then the top of the order, again, definitely some ugly at-bats here and there, but Pete Alonso was 2 for 2 with 2 walks. Very happy with his day. Nimmo going 0 for 4 was not great, and he had a lot of ugly at bats, chasing some high pitches. Juan Soto, it was bad until it wasn't with that home run that really put the dagger in. Lindor, at least he got a hit today, but I'm not going to get on him too much because I thought the at bats were at least competitive. And then Mark Vientos, nice to see him get a much needed extra base hit for an RBI today. But yeah, that's really all my thoughts. Thank you everyone for tuning in and watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Let me know in the comments your thoughts on this game. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new to the channel. Turn on your notifications so you know when I upload or go live. And I'll see you in the next one.